Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Lessons from My Life. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and click on the like button, follow, click on the notification button. If you're on TikTok, just follow so that you just get notified when a new video is posted. And to be honest with you, I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing right now, just talking about real estate. I'm talking about some of the experiences that I've had just doing real estate. And my own, I just hope that you've also been enjoying this journey alongside with me. Okay, today we're going to talk about the mistakes that first-time home buyers make when they're buying their first home. Mistakes that first-time home buyers make when they're buying their first home. And the reason I want to talk about these mistakes is that I've seen it happen to a lot of people. Some of these mistakes, I actually did them myself. So I'm talking about them because I want you to also benefit from that so that you don't make the same mistakes that I made. The first one is new home buyers. The first time that you're buying your own home with your name written on it, your name is on the title, on the paper, that you actually own the home. It's an exciting process. So what ends up happening is that when new home buyers are getting into pre-construction, they always want, because the first time you want to pimp it up, you want to get everything, get the highest grading, upgrade the house, excessive upgrades on the house. And what ends up happening is that you don't get the value out of the upgrades that you've put into the house. So I'm going to give you an example because I did exactly the same thing. First time I was buying a home, I went in, upgraded the house, put in different, give me the highest style, quality tile. I was just busy getting upgrades, put all the, upgraded lighting and everything in the house. But what ended up happening was that we saw the house. And usually when an appraiser comes to look at the house and appraise the house for the value of the house, what they're looking at is not how much upgrade you have in the house. They're looking at what is the value of the house, the recent sales in the neighborhood. So if your neighbor who did not upgrade the house sells the house for like 800,000, your house is going to be worth 800,000. It doesn't matter of the upgrades that you put inside it. So if you know that you're not going to stay in the house for a long time and you're going to at some point dispose of the property, can I just tell you, please don't upgrade that property. Just keep it simple. Even if you want to do just a little bit of upgrade, just keep it simple so that you also get the value out of your money. You don't want to be paying a mortgage for a cost that you're not getting value out of. Keep it simple. Now, the second point that I want to talk about is homeowners sometimes when you're buying homes don't actually think about the cost of maintaining the home. I've seen homeowners go in and buy really old properties with old, furnaces, old everything. And what ends up happening is that every now and then you hear that the furnace is down. You have to call like a repairman to come fix the furnace. You hear all the pipe water is leaking. The pipe is leaking water. You just hear all this kind of like different things. And that's what happens with old houses. I personally prefer buying new homes or homes that haven't actually, been occupied for too long, because the reason is that when a house is brand new, the builder provides warranty on the property for a year, and after that, the Alberta Homeowner Warranty Program kicks in, and then it takes the warranty all the way down to 10 years. So once a house is greater than 10 years, any additional cost that you are incurring on the house comes out of pocket. It comes out of pocket. And when I'm also talking about like 10 years warranty, it doesn't cover every single thing. I think the 10th year has to do with like the concrete on the house and every some other things. But it also pretty much has to do with the structure of the house. So if you're buying a property, make sure that things like the furnace is relatively new, either brand new or relatively new. The roof is relatively new or brand new, so that you just make sure that you're not having to incur high cost of maintenance on the property, because you'll discover that you're actually spending a lot more just to live in that property than someone else who has just moved into a brand new home. Now, the third point that I want to talk about is homeowners generally don't think about the full cost of owning a property. I'm going to give you an example. So when we just moved into Canada, we got a rented condo, and we're paying $1,600 for a 2-bed condo. By the time we moved into our own house, our mortgage was $2,300. So that was like $700 additional dollars that we're paying. So in addition to the $700, you're also paying your utility bill. Utility bill goes up because you're now heating up a much larger space. You are lighting up much larger space. So your utility bill will go up. So I can remember paying $50 for electricity bill, $70 for electricity bill. But when I eventually moved into my own home, it went up to $500. Why? Because it's much larger property. And then you have property tax because you now own the building, own the property. You have to pay property tax on the property. If you live in a townhome or a condo where they pay condo fees, you also have to pay condo fees. So these are some of the things that you need to think about before you move into the property, so you don't get like a cash flow shock because you didn't think about some of these expenses before you moved into the property. The fourth one that I want to talk about is putting a lot of deposit on your house. Now, people have like different reasons why they want to put in a lot of deposit on their houses. Personally, I feel like 20% is the max. Like 20% on the property, because you want to get out of like paying insurance on the property. If you have the capacity to do 20%, do 20% on the property, do to 20%, and get away from that mortgage insurance, right? But if you then start going above that, if you have the ability to invest that money into another property, you are able to generate income from that money. Don't just tie down your money on one property and stop yourself from making money from another property. And remember that the other property is also going to appreciate. You can rent it out, it will appreciate as well. And then you can have even money to even pay down some part of the mortgage, or even pay off your mortgage, right? So just make sure that you're not tying down your money on one property. Just make sure you're spreading it across and making money from the property. A wise man will always tell you, use other people's money to generate money for yourself. Don't use your money. Don't tie down your money on one property. Use other people's money, borrow money from the bank, pay mortgage, and put in your deposit and make money off it. Okay? Now, can I add a bonus point? Let me just add this bonus point. I've seen home buyers do this. Sometimes you see home buyers buying houses that are even much more bigger than their family size. Much more bigger than the family side. You see a man and the wife, and then you see like two little kids, and then they buy like 4,000 square feet home. Who is going to live in a 4,000 square feet home, right? Just make sure that you are buying a home that is equal to your family size, and you're not ending up just paying a lot of mortgage and paying, spending cash flow when you should be saving some money. Okay, I think that's about it. That's just all that I want to just talk about. Mistakes that I've seen some new home owners make, and I've also made some of these mistakes myself. And I want to encourage you, think about some of these things before you get in and put your hand on the plow saying you want to buy a new home. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. So next week, we're going to be having a special guest who is going to be chatting with us next week. He's my mortgage broker. He's my realtor. So I'm going to be asking him some questions, and he's going to be talking to us about some of the mistakes that people make at the verge of getting a mortgage that prevents them from getting a mortgage. Okay, that's about it for now. See you next week. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you next week. Bye-bye.